What's going on, guys? If you're a coach, course creator, high ticket affiliate marketer, or pretty much anyone that sells anything online, and I guess you're wanting to create better content, you're wanting to leverage your content, especially your written stuff, to do a lot more of the heavy lifting in your sales process. You want it to shift beliefs. You want people to rock up into your DMs and basically say, "Here's my money. What have you got for me?" This is going to help you do just that. Right. I don't know why I paused so dramatically on that part. Mainly because I've come off the back of a 72-hour water fast yesterday, late last night. And the last chunk of that was really hard, by the way. But I feel, after having had a couple of very healthy meals too, by the way, that I'm sort of just absolutely pinging off the walls today. So I've got tons of energy, if that's why. It doesn't sound half fucking mad. There you go. That's the point. Anyway, for those of you that are new here, welcome. My name is Jamie Gardner. I'm a full-time coach with over 900 students across two absolutely amazing programs. What I talk about on this channel is really me just documenting the last 12 plus years of being online, showing you how to avoid all the shitty mistakes that are out there, and hopefully just getting to the point and basically allowing you to get some good help on what you need help with your business. Shit, I need to practice that. Holy, I told you, man, this is, anyway. This is going to be a really fun one. And what I'd encourage you to do, by the way, if you can get past my my senile ways and my ramblings here for a second, is if you could grab a pen and paper and basically go through this process with me. I would encourage you to pause when you need to pause. I'd encourage you to rewind when you need to rewind. I will try to keep a serious face and just tell some good stuff along the way. But anyway, the point being is this is going to help you get more DMs coming to you in your inbox. It's going to get more people like basically wanting to buy from you without needing to like do any kind of like high pressure shit, or needing to be on every platform, or needing to create 500 pieces of content every single day. It's going to get in front of the right people, and this is exactly what we want in order to build a sustainable business online. Just have that skill within us that allows us to type out a little bit of content, put it out to our audience, and sell some stuff. That is the entire game. Now, at any point you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I do, there is a link below. It's going to lead you through to two places. That is two. Yeah, okay. One is jamiegardner.com. It just covers a little bit about me. There's a bunch of courses and stuff there you can check out. Plus, also leads to my free Facebook community. You're welcome to join that if you'd like to start the date with everything I'm putting out. Conversely, there is also another link there to basically a free case study. It's going to show you how I've been able to help people and how you can start to deploy this methodology in your business, working 2 to 3 hours per day, making anywhere from 10 to 30K plus per month in your coaching, high ticket affiliate marketing, or consulting business. Right, let's get into it. Can I just say, I'm using Figma. Now, this is the thingy that I use here. Let me just shrink my big fat face down a little bit. All right, whoa. That's about as, look at the effects of this. It's pretty cool, huh? No, just kidding. Anyways, look, life's too short. Don't take yourself too seriously. There is actually, like, if you're wanting proper, like, edited and all the jump cuts and all that type of stuff, I do have some other content on my page, on my channel, that covers just that. But for today, this is just a really rough version, but hopefully going to help a few guys out. Right. Can I just say, this is awesome. I typed this like a little AI thing. I just said, hey, I'd like a table. And look at what it came up with. This is pretty cool. I said I'd like a table with a thing across the top and ability to write on each side. And it said, okay, I guess you want a brainstorming session. I guess I do. Yeah, bang, and that's what it came up with. So that's why it looks like that. Anyways, so what we're going to do is, now I'm going to assume that most of the people I'm speaking to on this video, you have some level of traction in your business. You understand what affiliate marketing is. You started building a little bit of an audience. You have a product or service or offering of some kind to sell. And as part of that, if you have got an offer of some kind, I will look at leaving a link wherever you're meant to do it around here if you'd like some help on offer creation stuff. I've got some pretty cool stuff here, which is going to help you out with that as well. But let's assume that you have, right? And so as part of the offer creation process, typically speaking, you would have had to think about, well, if I'm crafting an offer that solves these problems, then you're probably going to have to think about who it solves those problems for. And I'm not talking necessarily about the psychographics, like he or she is 38 years old, they live in this country, they have this color hair, these color eyes. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that, that's more demographic stuff. Psychographic is more like the shopping behaviors, sorry, things like that. But what I am sort of referring to, though, is like, what is the core thing that is happening inside a human being that they desire? What are they really wanting? And what is it that your offer, especially if you're a coach, what does that actually solve for them, right? So then if you can start to think about that stuff, then this is going to be a lot easier for you. Right, so what we want to do is you want to break it up into, what do all people, typically speaking, want? Now, I say, actually, now that I think about it, no, not all people. I want to digress really, really quickly here. If you follow anything from Maslow's hierarchy at all, we've got right at the top, you've got actualization of that, and then you've got the needs, basically, right? So the basic needs are breathing and water and food, and then there's warmth, clothing, shelter, so on and so forth. And then eventually you start to get into like emotional needs, and then eventually actualization. Now, the reason why I say that is because most people, they're living in the bottom half of that hierarchy, right? Human beings, most of us are living within that bottom half, meaning that we are trying to escape. There's pains there. There's pains, deficiency needs within those. So we're trying to escape those needs, right? So it means that typically most of us are more propelled by pain, like pushed from pain. Like, I want to move away from it, like a hot stove, put your hand on it, you're going to go, that hurts, as opposed to leaning more towards, your goals. Like, hey, I want to improve that. So bang, you're looking more towards your goals. And so usually the people that are sitting sort of on the cusp and in the upper part of the hierarchy, they're more likely to seek the other side of it. And I can't think of the name. There's deficiency needs on the bottom, and there's whatever it is on the top. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, go do your research, Maslow's hierarchy. Thank you. You're welcome. So I say that because what we're going to do is we're going to type over here. We're going to devils, and this big scary devil on one side, and we're going to say delights on the other. And I'm going somewhere with this. You can call it whatever you want, heaven and hell, good and bad, whatever, pleasure and pain, etc., whatever, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. But now we're going to come up with some idea. Why did you do that? Why did you go up to that thing there? Maybe because I clicked it. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to think about, if I'm looking at my customer avatar, because I have to think about my offer, because I've created my offer, hopefully created your offer. If you don't, go do that right now. It's the most important part of the aspect. Sits at the top of your mountain. I'll leave a link there. I'll try to. I don't really know how to do any of that fancy editing stuff, so I'll leave that there anyway with you guys. But I've got some stuff on my channel. Maybe you can go do a search if you have to, whatever. Anyways, so devils, right. Okay, so now let's say that you are a health coach and you help people lose weight. And obviously, instead of, like, that's a very broad topic, right? But let's assume that's the case. But let's say, the irony of having this as a prop sitting here. Oh, okay. Oops, this is not product placement. I'm not getting paid for these, but everyone can recognize. Actually, let me just, like, you probably recognize the little stripes and potential little cartoon man there. Right. Anyway, so point being is, let's say that you're trying to help people with their blimmin', what do you call it? Addiction, right? You're not trying to help them get over that. I don't know why you would, because it's delicious. But anyway, my point being is that maybe they eat it, 5 times a day, and as a result, they might have put on an extra couple of pounds. Because you're wanting to niche down, that's what you're thinking of. Like, okay, I want to get people off the old, maybe onto some healthy alternatives, or maybe just reducing the amount that they eat down, right? So my point being is, so what is the devil that they are experiencing? What is the frustration, the thing that is like rattling around in their mind at that point? That is a massive thing for them. It's not just I want to lose weight, because that's like real surface level stuff. But what is it within that they really want to quit? It's like, so the devil was like, quit KFC. This is such a bad example, but I'm going to roll with it anyway, because I think it's really important, especially going and doing this in real time as well. So in this kind of unedited sort of style things, right? So quit KFC. The more I want to quit KFC, but then we can get a little bit more specific, because then, is that not going to do that thing? There we go. Okay. But then we can get a little bit more specific, because then we want to, like, really nail down into what are they feeling about that? What is the the thing that's popping up here when they're walking through the door of KFC and they're salivating and they're like, oh my God, what can I do here? Even though it's the fifth meal of the day and they have not eaten a single thing, like no veggies, no nothing, no whatever, and they know that they're consuming way too many calories, right? What is going through their head? By the way, none of this is meant to offend absolutely anyone. I apologize if you are offended. It's not the design of it. It's just to illustrate a point that I'm trying to make. That's all. Please keep that in mind, right? So, anyways, the feeling that they're getting though, so twofold. One is like the delight, which is because they get the dopamine hit of like getting KFC for the fifth time today. What a weird thing to talk about. Why did this even enter my head? I don't know. Right, but the devil side of it. What's the other part? There's like guilt, right? Guilt. There's a big thing of guilt. Oh no, I shouldn't be doing this. Like and the doctor said my heart's going to implode if I keep going down this pathway and whatever. What else is it? And like, what are they experiencing at that moment? Where does the guilt stem from? Like, what is it that they're saying? Maybe it is the doctor. Doctors are yelling at them, right? What's the thing that's in their mind? It's a devil. It's like, oh, don't do that. Oh, what the hell? That's crazy. Look at that. That's awesome. There you go. Fancy pants. Doctors are yelling at them. They want to be a better parent. Now we're starting to look not just at like the act of like strutting down to KFC for the fifth time in a single day, times 7 days a week, times the last 5 years, or whatever it is, right? They're not thinking about that at that moment. The devil for them is like what's in the back of their mind. The subconscious at that point is going, yeah, but I'm kind of a little bit, put on a couple of pounds at this point, and I don't want to be a shit parent because I can't move anymore. Like, and that there ties into the second one, which is a big guilt. They feel like terrible about that. When they sit with her, of course, you don't sit with it. And typically speaking, if you're going through your everyday life, it's only when you pause, reflect on that stuff, right? I want to be a better parent. And there's another side of that. It's not just being a better parent, but it's like make their family proud, because they are also probably riddled with what the hell? How did that happen, man? Probably. Oh, here we go. How cool is that? Okay. They probably experienced something called shame at that point. They're probably feeling some sort of sense of shame, like, oh man, like I've put on a couple of pounds lately, and this 5 times a day, 21 pieces of chicken diet that I'm on. It's probably maybe like slightly over my caloric intake for the day that I should be on, type of stuff. So maybe there's a sense of shame that comes with that, right? And so therefore these are devils. These are things that are like, oh, really, really, really not that fun in their own mind and in their own heart and their emotional good well-being. So what we want to do is we want to map this out, not because we want to be a dick about it. What we want to do is we want to put ourselves in the minds of who our perfect avatar is. If they're going through these things, we don't want to hurt them. We want to like empathize. We want to love them. We want to empathize with what they're going through. And in our content, what we can do is we can push and pull. We can have the polarities between the devils and delights. And what that's going to do is basically help to shift a belief, right? It's going to help to shift a belief. Because if they might be in denial about some of this stuff as well, let's say, and I know I'll consider another example in a moment that's probably more relevant to my actual thing that I coach stuff on. Good one, Jamie. Oh, God, it's been a long day. Right, but my point being is that, okay, if we're able to put this stuff out there for them and they start to pick up on it, they're like, oh, yeah, actually, I haven't thought about it for quite a while, but I suppose now that I think about it, I feel a bit guilty about this stuff. Like, I feel guilty for my own body. I feel guilty because my kids, and I might want to be a better family member and stuff like that, and blah blah. And the doctors are like, kind of on my case. Like, put on a couple of pounds, you might want to like adjust your diet and not get 21 times 5 per day pieces of chicken, whatever it is, right? That's a lot. There's 105 pieces. No, have I got that right? 5 times 2 is 10. Which is, so 105 pieces of chicken every day. Okay, that's, clearly I'm exaggerating. You get my point. Anyway, so that is the devils, right? That's sitting in their subconscious, and that's the thing that's going to drive them to shift a belief and go and do something on the other side of that. Now, what do we do with the delights? What's the delights? The opposite of that. What are they feeling? Healthy diet. They are seeing the polarity of this now. Wow, maybe veggies aren't that bad after all. It's kind of cool. What's the opposite of guilt? Pride. They're proud. They're so happy and content. Maybe it is just contentment, actually. Who knows? Whatever. Let's put those in the same thing. They're content. Pride's a sin, apparently, so whatever. What are doctors here? Doctors praising them. That's the opposite. Now, of course, you might not put this in your content like, hey, as a doctor yelled at you, well, now they're going to praise you after that. Like, that might not happen to this point, but the idea, like I say, is to deeply empathize with the exact avatar that you can help with whatever it is that you do, right? So, and again, I've taken weight loss, just a random example. I'll take it more to the online marketing game in a moment. They want to be a better parent. So then you look at the other side. What's the other side of being a better parent? A good parent. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. Good parent. Right? Then on the other side of that, what else is there? Make the family proud. Well, the family's freaking proud of them because now you can start to future pace this family proud. So it's actually the same thing. It's just the polarity. They make the family proud. Well, that's something that as a devil for them. But being the family is proud, just changing the tense of that language. Now all of a sudden it's active versus passive tense. They're proud, right? So it's kind of cool. Shame, and it's the same thing again. What's the opposite of shame? Every time I hear that word, I think of old Game of Thrones. Shame, whatever. Shame, and again, it's probably pride. Like, you're so proud, you're not shameful. Shameful is it's got such a negative wrapping around it, right? So we want to have like pride and love and pride and expression and just contentment within yourself. And so now look at that, we've got two. And now I don't even need to write posts. I just know from me looking at this, I could now write some amazing content and it would sell some weight loss stuff easy right off the back of that, right? Like, it's just from going through this exercise, because as I'm recording this in real time, I'm now forcing myself to think about what they would go through. And so when you do this, what it means is that you start to get to know your avatar even better, and you really, really can put your mind into their mind. Not are they like, hey, you carrying an extra couple of pounds, well, I can help you lose it, like, because that's all surface level stuff, right? We want to dig behind that surface, like, I don't know what, like a bunny hop. You want to bunny hop below the surface. Jeez, that's a new one. Right, so hopefully this is all making sense at this point. Now, let's do another one that alludes to the same thing, but sorry, Devil's Delights, but more in my realm, that's more relevant to my channel. Hopefully this is relevant to someone, though. I appreciate you guys tuning in at this point. Right, so a devil at the moment could be, let's say, if you're an affiliate, I'll go with the affiliates to start with, which has been one for a little while. When I got started in affiliate marketing, I was like, complex. I just found it so complex. Like, there's blogs and like even my like, I'm just having a look. I've got my little C panel thing up here, and even now I don't really use it to the degree that I could, because I just spent so much time and energy trying to figure the freaking thing out, and then I'm like, oh well, I've got hosting, but then I bought the domain elsewhere, and like, how do I have to change some sort of like name server. What the hell is a name server? Like, and then there's a CNAME. Is that the same thing as a server? And they've got the MX codes for some emails that, like, and like, I just get in such a jumble, and I found it very, very frustrating. So then complex and frustrating. So what's the underlying emotion behind that? Complex, frustrating, right? What's the delight off the back of that? If something is complex and frustrating for you, what's on the other side? What do we got sitting over there for you? So if one's complex, we got. I lost my train of thought and my words. I couldn't even think of it. What's that like simple word that means non-complex? Fuck! Damn, the English language is hard. I swear, I swear upon my blimmin' big toe that I'm nowhere near the zany in real life. I swear. I think I get nervous, so I just like some weird stuff comes out of my brain. Right, but simple anyway. Anyway, so I'm going to be normal for the rest of this recording. So that's going to be simple is going to be the delight. If that's the polar opposite of complex, then simple, and you're going to feel relaxed, right? So that's going to be the difference there. So this is great. Okay, I don't know why that happened like that. I suppose I have to go back down to this part again. Well, man, I can't do that. Right. Anyway, look, I'm going to get through this, and I'll hopefully you guys don't mind hearing my fucking nonsensical ramblings. But seriously, I know I joke a lot, and I know I'm all over the place, right? But this stuff here, it is so important, so powerful for you to understand if you are looking to create content that sells stuff. Basically, if you can understand this, it's not even creating content, it's about speaking to the core desires of your target market and understanding your avatar, which means that when you spend time thinking about the pains and frustrations and the anguishes of your target market, then it allows you to communicate more clearly, more succinctly to that marketplace and to that specific audience member. And that's what we're trying to aim for, right? So anyway, complex, frustrating. Oh man, you're gonna have fun, right? Complex, frustrating, simple, relax, right? So what else? What else is there? Like for me, I'm gonna go back to my days. I felt overwhelmed, and again, this is a lot of it ties back to simplicity, right? And there's a little saying that you guys can memorize at this point. I didn't coin it. I wish I knew who, but it's simplicity scales, complexity fails. Simplicity scales, complexity fails. Really, really important, right? So if you're overwhelmed, then again, you probably like some of these are going to tie into together like frustrating. But what's overwhelming about it? Like, can we dive into the devil itself? What's frustrating? Too much stuff. Too many places to try and be, right? If that's the devil. So what's the delight? What's the polarity of that? If it's overwhelmed, then it's like underwhelmed. No, we're not going to go with that, but we will go clarity. There we go. That's probably a little bit more accurate with what I was going. Like the clear, fewer tasks each day. Not feeling obliged to do stuff. Right? That's a big one. If you like, I love content, but my YouTube channel, I'm not really producing that many pieces of content on it. Why is that? Why would I not want to produce a whole bunch of content? And why do I get hit up every day? It's so fun. No, not every day. Let's say twice a week. So that's actually that's a substantial exaggeration, then, isn't it? Every freaking day. No, it's actually twice a week. Well, actually, no, it's once a day, once a week. Actually, it's once a month. It's never happened, right? Just kidding. I feel like Statler and Waldorf. That was great. Terrible. Anyways, back on topic. So yeah, I get hit up at least once a week, I should say, from people that are like, "Your YouTube channel sucks. You need to update this, that, and the other thing." I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You guys are missing the entire purpose of why I've got the YouTube channel out there. If I get a lead from it, cool, every now and then, but it's not going to happen. But this channel has made tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars from these kind of crazy little videos. Anyways, moving right on. Not feeling obliged to do stuff, right? I don't, like I say, I don't post content here every day. I don't write to my email list every day. I'm meant to. I write pretty much every day in my Facebook group. That's pretty much the only thing that I'm like really structured with. And if you're interested in checking that out, I'll leave a link below. It's 5,500 amazing entrepreneurs over there as well. So that's it, right? What else? Let's keep going with this for a little bit. Let's put another line there, and then I'll cap it off. Right. So what else do we have? Get my big chunky head out of the way. That's better. Overwhelm, complex, frustrating. What else is a delight? You could a devil. Sorry, you could say no good leads. I don't know why I said it like that. So there's no good leads. This is like such a common complaint I get. People are like, "We find the high ticket buyer leads," and I'll give them the most beautiful spiel, like not these rambles. Like I will get ChatGPT to write me a nice little spiel. My dearest sir, thank you for your lovely question about your comment about no good leads. it is in my opinion that, and I'll go on this thing and I'll explain why they don't need to worry. And then guess what? At the end of that, they'll go, so, like, where's the good leads? And so it always reminds me of that scene out of old mate frickin' Ken Sotoon left. What's his name? Zoolander. And he's like, him and old mate, fucking, what's his face? Duchovny. And he's like talking about being a hand model. And then he goes, like, he gave this big speech about why male models are like taking over the assassin's world or whatever. And at the end of it, he goes, okay, but why male models? He's like, are you serious? Anyway, I feel like it's like that. Sometimes people will ask me that. I will explain something. They'll be like, yeah, but where do I get the leads from? It's like, oh, you're missing the freaking point. So anyway, sorry, a slight tangent, but the thing is that there's good leads everywhere. That's the point I was trying to make. Now, I'll caveat that one and say that is more on like an organic basis, Facebook organic specifically. It's not super complex to get leads. It really isn't. But what you need to think of is not actually a lead based problem. It's usually an offer. If your offer is bollocks, then it doesn't matter how good the lead is. They could have they're at $1 trillion in cash and willing to spend at least 500 billion on self education and coaching, blah blah. And if your offer is like dog shit, then they're not going to buy it, right? They don't just not going to magically give you money for no reason, right? So, anyways, so the point, that's the thing. Like, even if you've got like bad leads, like if the thing solves their problem well enough, then you're going to have good leads straight away. Basically, that's the point, because it's positioning and the quality of the offer, right, and the quality of the way that the offer solves their problems. More importantly, right? So, what's the opposite of that? Oh, good leads. Oh wow, Einstein, that's amazing. So hopefully you guys get the point of this. Now, clearly this has been somewhat of an interesting one, basically because I feel a little bit silly after my fasting, so I'm kind of going a bit crazy here. But hopefully it makes sense, right? Like now, once you start to do this exercise, and I encourage you to do it on a relatively consistent basis until such time as you, without even having to think, your target marketplace. Because the better you know your target market, the better you can articulate, hey, is this the problem that you are experiencing? And here is the potential solution for you. The better you can articulate that in your messaging, the easier it is for you to convert more leads, number one, right? Which is going to lead to more money, which is then going to have a cyclical effect because you're going to keep improving the offer and blah, 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 right? It keeps going and going. So that's it. That's why you do this. That's why you do this. And if you do this stuff, it's going to help you start to shatter some false beliefs with people. You can say, cool, like just what I told you guys before. You might be thinking, yeah, but but why male models, Jamie? Why? Where's the good leads, Jamie? Oh, are you kidding? I just told you. Like, get a good offer. Get a good offer. Anyways, look, I'm starting to go a bit crazy right now. I've been stuck inside, and I'm, like I say, loaded up on caffeine. I've been fasting, so I've got a lot of energy, but it's going to dwindle pretty damn soon. So on that note, I'm going to leave you guys to it. Thank you very much once again for joining me. I really, really appreciate you guys. Smash the comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Hopefully, this helps a couple of you guys out. And stay tuned. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers. If I can get this thing to stop.